but then he spilled a bit on my crotch. And then he kept saying, like, you look really pissed off. And I was like, well, I wasn't that pissed off, but I am now.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Single Sounds. I'm the host and creator, Katie Mack, and I'm back again with another single character for you lovely listeners to date. This week's character has brushed shoulders with plenty of celebrities and is a great storyteller of all different topics. All she asks is that you have good hygiene and habits and maybe don't ruin her clothes when she's on a date with you. Okay, hi, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Good. I'm glad you are. Let's start with your profile. Who, what, where?
So who attracts to men?
Good.
What, just like, so I'm 26, so around that kind of age and above. I normally go for older, but like anything around that till like 30s is like fine. And I'm in Southeast London, but it's amazing transport links. so anywhere like south, north, east, whatever. In
London we're good.
London we're good, yeah.
What transport links do you have in Southeast?
I've got the Jubilee line.
Oh, that is a good line. Yeah.
We've got the overground. I'm like literally London Bridge, so.
Oh, perfect. Okay, easy. What are your two truths and a lie?
Okay, so my two truths and a lie. I've met Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Daniel Radcliffe.
All three.
All three.
One go.
That's one. That's one.
Wow.
They come as a three. I've served Lily Cole an Earl Grey tea with oat milk.
Okay.
That's how she takes it. And I've emailed Daniel Craig.
God. Where have you met all these celebrities? Because at least some of them have to be true.
Yeah, it's just my work. It's from work.
Yeah. Because I was like, the tea, maybe that's, working in hospitality somewhere. Because I've had that before at Wimbledon with tennis players.
Yeah.
But email, that kind of means you have to be like, actually, or like, I don't know, accounts or something.
Not an accountant.
Yeah. I'm going to go the email's the lie.
Yeah. Correct. That
is
the
lie.
That's the lie.
Well done. Well done, me.
Congrats.
Thanks. I love when I get it right. Okay, but you did meet them all.
I did, yeah. So they were at a premiere in Leicester Square, and basically my boss was like, oh, so we were doing the event beforehand, and they weren't actually at that, but they were on the red carpet. My boss was like, oh, by the way, we're going on the red carpet now. Oh. And I was like, what? I was not prepared for this at all. I mean, thankfully I wasn't wearing like jeans or anything, but yeah, I was not prepared at all for that. And then I met them, and they do like a little thing before the film starts where they do like an intro, and they talk a little bit about the film, and Channing Tatum was like, hey, I'm Channing. I was like, I know who you are. You don't need an introduction.
When you met him.
Yeah, when I met him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's weird though.
Yeah.
But
he was so nice, and Sandra Bullock as well, so like down to earth, really friendly. Daniel Radcliffe was like a bit shy, he was quite quiet.
I can imagine that, a bit awkward.
Yeah, a little bit awkward. Kind of what you'd expect, I think. From like Harry Potter.
Yeah. He does seem a bit awkward. I was thinking of him in Woman in Black?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Quite like weird in that.
Yeah, he is quite weird in that. And I always like, whenever he's in anything apart from Harry Potter, I'm like, yeah, it's Harry Potter.
Yeah, you can't not see it.
You can't not see it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's cursed, I think, at that a bit. Yeah. I know, and it ruined that scary element for me because I was just like, why is Harry in this?
Where's your wand? Yeah,
it's not very scary. That's funny. And what did you make the tea for again?
Lily Cole.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't actually make it for her, but I served it for her. Okay. So we had this film premiere, and then we do like interview junkets. So you basically have to make sure that when they're speaking to the press, you're there to like run it and stuff. And it's part of my job. But she was like, oh yeah, I'll have an Earl Grey with oat milk, which is always a bit of a strange order because Earl Grey is like a weird kind of taste anyway.
Yeah.
And then to put, I mean, obviously she's just like not dairy, but yeah, I was like, interesting.
I don't know what other milk I'd go for though, because soy is too sharp as well.
Yeah.
And almond would be too sweet.
Yeah, I'm definitely an oat milk kind of girl.
Yeah.
Like, she was so nice actually. She was really nice.
Your job sounds really cool. So you must meet quite famous people all the time if you're doing like press stuff.
Yeah, you do get to meet quite a lot of people. It's quite nice. Like I sort of forget, but then I tell people about what I do and I'm like, oh yeah, my job is cool actually. Like that's so cool. I'm like, yeah.
like reinforce yourself.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Actually,
but like,
I guess it probably gets quite normal, doesn't it?
Exactly. Like my boss, he's been doing it for like 20, 30 years. So he is just like unfazed by all of this. He's just like, oh, you know,
just people,
another premiere, like another trip to Cannes, you know. But I'm just like, that's so cool.
You get to
Can
go.
I come?
Yeah.
I've not been yet, but hopefully. Hopefully next year. Need a +1.
That sounds like a great trip. I'll come.
Yeah. I'll take you with me.
Yeah, please. Okay, right, back to dating. Let me know your worst dating story.
Okay, so this was embarrassingly easy, actually. I didn't have to think about it. I was
you had like a standout.
Yeah, I had a standout,
okay.
but I was laughing with my friends because they were like, oh, got a few contenders for that. I was like, yeah, I do actually have a few. But so the worst dating story, I'll set the scene. It was a final year of uni. It was around like dissertation season. So everyone was quite stressed. Like there wasn't really much going on. I was just going to the library, going to the gym, like not really doing much else. And there was this boy from home that I sort of knew of but didn't really know. And he worked with one of my course friends because she like was doing a year out at the time. And he was like, oh, my cousin plays rugby. Like, I can get tickets to the game. Let's go and watch it. And I was like, oh, amazing. Like, it's a rugby league game. I've never really watched rugby league. I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds great. Anyway, so then we turn up. Well, he says it's going to be free. You can get free tickets. But then on the day, he was like, actually, do you mind getting the tickets?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be free. But yes, I got the tickets. That was fine. I was like, yeah, like, all right.
I'll just order them.
Yeah, I'll just get them. It's fine. I'll sort it. So I got the tickets, turn up. It's fine. But then he spilled a bit on my crotch and I was wearing like white jeans.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was just really bad. And I was like, oh. And then he kept saying like, you look really pissed off. And I was like, well, I wasn't that pissed off, but I am now.
Yeah.
I was like, stop talking about it. And then I was like, okay, in my head, I was like, this is already like quite a good story. And then at
just
the end,
continue it for the story. Yeah.
I was like, my friends are going to love this. He was like, oh, his cousin that was playing, he was like, oh, my cousin's just going to come over. So he brings his whole family, his mum, his dad, his uncle, his auntie, his cousin, like everyone. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm not prepared to meet any of his family.
No.
And suddenly I've got like 6 family members just there.
And when you were probably still uncomfortable about the jeans situation.
With just like the beer all over. And I was like, okay, great. This is good. And then most normal people probably would have left at that point. But I was like, no, this is still really funny. And I was texting the girls like, oh, girls, this just happened. They were like, you need to just like continue. This is funny. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So this is not the worst bit. We go out in Leeds afterwards and we go to, you know, those tiki bars where they have the cocktails. Yeah. And they're like flaming cocktails. I was like, oh, they look nice. And also I'm like, okay, I think you owe me a cocktail because I've met your family. You got stuff all over me.
And you bought the tickets.
And I bought the tickets. Yeah. So he owed me one. So I went to the toilet and he was like, yeah, I'll get the cocktails. Come back. And there's just a lot of commotion going on. I was wearing a puffer jacket and there was this jacket that really looked like my puffer jacket and it was just on fire. And I was like, that looks like my jacket.
No.
Get closer. It is my jacket. Like going up in flames. And I was like, what? Like, what has happened? And this is what I said to him. I was like, what's happened? And he was just kind of like, he was just like speechless. And I was like, I have no idea what was going on. The bouncer comes over. It's like, oh, you're too drunk, you need to get out. I was like, I've not even had a drink yet.
Yeah. You didn't get one cocktail.
Yeah. And oh my God, I needed one at that point. But and my jacket was just in flames. We got kicked out. And then it was really awkward. We were just waiting outside, waiting for an Uber. And he kept playing, you know that song, This Girl Is On Fire?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it. Yeah. At first it was quite funny, but then he just kept playing it. And I was like...
on his phone?
Yeah. And I was like, oh... Okay, that's enough now.
But also, like, I mean, it's funny. Like, it's nice to laugh about these situations when stuff goes really wrong. But also, like,
at the time, I wasn't ready to laugh. I was like, right, let's next day maybe.
Your jacket's just burnt. Like, it's probably quite expensive. Jackets are normally quite expensive.
I was like, right, let's leave this. And then he messaged being like, so second date. I was like, absolutely not.
Like the most...
Never again.
Yeah.
I was like, were you on the same date? Oh my God.
Yeah, you ruined my jeans and my jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
My
It's
whole outfit at this point.
Like my wardrobe, thank you.
Yeah. What are you weirdly attracted to?
So, nice hands. If someone's got nice hands, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's so funny. I've had hands like quite a bit.
Yeah.
I just
So
don't.
it's not very original
it's
one,
never
but-
something I've thought of though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I saw this guy on the tube the other day and he just had really nice hands. And he was holding the tube bar and I was like, ooh.
I actually
I don't
did
know.
see there was a TikTok trend of like, guess what my face looks like based on my hand. Have you seen that?
I've not seen that.
Oh, it's really good. I was really like going through them
Yeah.
all, and some of these girls' hands were horrific. They were like really stubby,
Oh.
and then like they'd be like beautiful, and
Yeah.
like obviously all the comments were like, "Oh my god!"
Wasn't
I'll show you one because I
that.
remember her name because I was
Oh my
like,
gosh,
"Wow."
Yeah, I want to see that.
I watched it so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was just quite shocking.
Wow.
But yeah, you should. Maybe that would be an enjoyable thing for you to
Yeah,
watch.
just like a hand message.
But I think most of them were like not nice, and then they were pretty people.
Yeah,
So-
rather than like the other way around.
Maybe it's a lesson like don't judge a hand.
Don't judge
I don't know,
someone
like-
by their hands. Yeah.
Have you ever dated someone with bad hands though? Like, is this where it started?
No, but I do have a hilarious story from my friend. It's actually about toenails.
Okay, go on.
But so she was seeing this guy and they were just like lying there and they were just in bed, whatever, and from her bathroom light like backlit his really long yellow toenails, and
Oh my
she
God.
screamed. She like let out a scream. She was so horrified, and he was like, "What is everything like? Are you okay? Like, what's happened?" And she was like, she couldn't think of anything to say.
Yeah.
She panicked and was like, "Your toenails." And like,
Oh my God.
to be fair, it just made me think. Ever since hearing that story, I was like, right, toenails,
Yeah.
fingernails, like just any kind of nails.
Mm.
No, I've not dated anyone with really bad hands because I think I just wouldn't. I just
Yeah,
be like,
you wouldn't pick them. Yeah,
They wouldn't get that far.
So
I'd
it's
look at their
always
hands
been
and
a
be like,
thing.
nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's quite hard to look at someone's hands though, unless you're in a good light.
Yeah.
Like
I
I was
don't
thinking
know.
in a club, like how would you do that?
Yeah.
They're like down by their sides unless they're
Yeah.
holding a drink. But even then, it's like wrapped.
But
you
then
can't like
you
see
can't
it.
really see. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true actually.
Yeah, it's difficult. You might get like
Difficult to tell.
hand fished on a night out.
You see a video and then you see what they actually look like actually know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Or like I can imagine if you took it really extreme, you could like. I used to try and get people to send me voice notes or call me before a date to hear their voice.
Yeah.
But you could like try and get a picture of their hand.
Just be like, hey, can you send me a
Because
pic?
like
That could
again
go,
from
like-
the apps, like no one has hand photos.
Yeah, so true. Anyway.
Other than hands.
Apart from the hands.
What would your TED Talk topic be?
Okay. So it would be Tesco Clubcards, right?
Oh.
And why everyone should have one.
Yes.
I love a Tesco Club. I know, sorry, this is probably a basic answer, but why would you not want to save money? It's free.
Oh, yeah,
It's literally free.
I know.
And you can have it on your Apple Wallet as well. You don't even need
Yeah.
a card.
I know.
I went into
Perfect.
I went into Tesco the other day. Meal deal, £3.90
If you don't have a
without
club
a club card.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they're slowly hiking it up to £4. It used to
Co-op's
be £3.
£4 for a meal deal.
I always go for Tesco meal deal.
I know, same.
Yeah.
I just got their, it's our closest one here.
Yeah,
So
okay.
just got their loyalty card, but they made me pay £1. Tesco don't do
No,
that.
Tesco, you sign up for free.
I mean, it's £1, and I was like, worth it.
Yeah.
Because then it drops the meal down to £3.50, which
Yeah.
is like basically the same as Tesco
Yeah.
now because it's £3.40.
Yeah,
So I was like,
so
I'll
it-
take
yeah,
it.
£3.40 with the
I'll
club
take
card.
the
yeah,
£1
I'll
card.
take the hit. Yeah.
I only have to get 2 meal deals to make it up.
But it's also good because like often alcohol is like club card price.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. It's just
Basically, the whole shop is Clubcard. I think most people have it now. Like,
Yeah.
I think before it was a bit more niche because it was only really the points. We used to use
Yeah.
them for like pizza express.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Whereas now I
Yeah.
never do that. Now I just have them back on shops.
Yeah.
You know, it just goes in the app.
and
It's
it
quite
just
clever.
it's good. And then also if you get enough points, you get like vouchers, like £1.50 vouchers.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. I love it.
And it's just great.
It's so
Have you
good.
seen those memes and like TikToks and they're like Tesco, it's like, no, let me give you money.
Yeah.
When it's like your bill comes to
Yeah.
it's like minus £5.
Literally,
We'll pay you.
I had the best one the other day. I actually sent it to so many people.
Mm.
I spent 19 and I saved £10.90. So
Wow.
I know it was
That's so good.
huge savings from the
just
club
insane.
card, and I actually
It's
took a
insane.
picture of it.
Yeah.
It's like, do I put this on my story? And I was like, no, but I'll send it to people that care.
Yeah. I also think maybe it's because I've got a few Tesco's in the vicinity, so maybe that's why I'm so obsessed with the club card. But
No.
there's always a Tesco.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I've always been obsessed with them.
Yeah.
So it's just great.
I love it. It's just and that's how they get you as well, because now I won't shop anywhere else apart from Tesco.
No, neither. I'm like a diehard Tesco.
Yeah, exactly. So the amount of money they're probably making from me, and I'm like, woohoo! Clubcard.
You're right. It's probably just all a ploy. It just makes you feel like you're getting a bargain.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart. But yeah, I endorse that TED Talk. I think it's great. Yeah. And if you don't have a club card, you're still doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Doing it wrong.
I just didn't understand why you wouldn't.
Also, update if anyone was listening a while ago, we did talk about this, and I said that my boyfriend didn't have one. He now does, and it's not an ick anymore. So.
Amazing. And we're still together now.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
I've not dumped him because he's got a club card.
He's got one on his phone. It's great.
Amazing.
Don't have to use mine anymore. Okay. What is the award you should be nominated for?
Right. So the award I should be nominated for is probably most pointless stories / long-winded stories.
Oh, God.
So if someone, I don't know, just in general conversation, I always have a story for something.
Okay.
I don't know if it comes from like my family's Irish. My mum has so many stories. Like she'll be
Nice.
like, oh, how are you? And she'll be like, yeah, good. Although this happened the other day and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Or just like a story relating to something about, I don't know, whatever.
What someone's speaking about.
Yeah, someone's speaking about this and she'll be like, oh, I know someone want to. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I just love a story.
I think it's really nice though, because I actually do the same, and sometimes I like overthink it. I worry that it looks like I'm trying to make it about me or like turn it into my experiences, when it's not. I think it's more just like that's how you share.
It's like how you relate, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And you want to say, it's almost like you're subconsciously saying to someone like, no, look, like that's not so unusual. Like I've had this version of it, and like you're trying to like bond that way. Yeah. And it's not like you're making it all about you. Yeah. Because some people do it wrong. They kind of like try one up. And I don't think it's like a one up. It's more like, I want to share this with you, and this is how I can relate. Yeah.
Because it's like those people that are like, you're like, oh, I've done this, and they're like, well, I've done this. And I'm like, no, that's not like what I meant. Like the concept. Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's more interesting as well. It just makes life a bit more interesting, like
instead of just
a bit less mundane.
Yeah,
but my friends always just like take this because I got so many stories. I got so many like date stories, like there were free contenders, just stuff like that. But I'm just like, it's just part of the rich tapestry of life, you know.
Final question: non-negotiables.
Good hygiene.
Yeah,
like. Have you ever seen when people have got like dirt under their fingernails? Oh, that's such a turn off. Yeah. I'm just like, just brush your nails. Just get a nail brush.
Like, obviously, I've got long nails, right? And I have to pick it out. Yeah. Obviously, because that's how I get it out. But obviously, I have to do that like quite frequently because it does get stuck.
But you do that.
But you have to do it. You have to do it. Like, I also have a scrub. But obviously, I don't have my scrub on me all the time. So if I notice there's some dirt, I'd like pick it with my other nail, normally my thumb. I'd once dated one guy, and that was his ick, me picking my nails to get the dirt out.
But he'd rather you had dirt in your nails?
Oh, well, this is what I said to him. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, carry my scrub around constantly? I was like, it doesn't work.
A little necklace with you. But I just think, like, most men have got, like, quite, like, short nails, really. They didn't have really, like, because, again, I don't like long nails on guys, but, like, just clean your nails. Just clean them. Just wash your hands. Yeah. And then, just personal hygiene in general, which sounds like such a basic thing, but
it's not.
I think you'd be surprised at how many people just don't.
I heard so many people that have like gone into people's rooms and been like, I actually can't even kiss you anymore because like the room is like so off-putting. Yeah.
Oh,
it like smells.
Boys' bedroom.
Yeah. It's got like the bed sheets are like not even there. They're like crunchy.
Oh no. Sleeping without a sheet on. Oh, that just makes me sick.
Yeah,
that's grim. That's so grim.
I read like a horrific statistic. It was literally mad. It was like 30% of like all people only wash their bed sheets like once a year. I know.
Once a year?
Yeah. And like if I don't do 2 weeks, it gets grim.
Yeah,
like,
I actually get quite stressed about it. Yeah, they're not clean.
They just smell.
Clean sheets are the best feeling ever.
I know.
When you've washed your sheets,
they're a bit of a pain to wash. If you've got a small machine, like I do understand that. And sometimes,
but
like,
once a year, there's no excuse.
With Super King bedding, you can't fit it in.
Yeah.
You have to do it in parts, which is a bit annoying. If you've got like only like I don't know, this is so washing machine specific. We just broke our washing machine, which is why I know this. But like the average size of a washing machine is like 7 kg.
Oh, is it?
Which actually isn't a lot. Like for
that's
bedding,
quite small actually.
Yeah, you need like a 9 or an 11.
Yeah, you need.
But they're really expensive. So like I think a lot of like when I used to be in rented properties, they'd only have the small. So like I'd be like, I can't fucking wash my sheets
What's a girl to do?
Yeah. In a whole wash. So
Save it for next year.
So specific. So get the pain, but like you've got to go through it for the shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just have like at least 3 pairs, so you only have you don't have to like have cycle as quick.
Yeah, exactly. Have like different sets of bedding. Another non-negotiable I'd say is just being like generally just like polite and not rude like on a date. So I said I had like a few contenders for my worst date story. I once was on a date with this guy. We had some food because we hadn't eaten whatever, but he was eating with his mouth open and there was like bread flying out, and I was like, I've never been so unattracted to someone.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't concentrate on what he was saying because I was like, you're talking with your mouth open, this is grim.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's such a basic
bits of bread.
Yeah. Like, table manners are so like such a, you think it would just be like a given, but apparently not.
No.
And then he got up to take a call and he was away on his phone for about half an hour.
That's so rude.
And I was like, that's really rude.
Did he say who it was?
He said it was a work call, but it's like Friday night.
Yeah. Like, also, like, surely you'd be like, look, can you make this quick?
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, if there's an emergency, absolutely fine. Just let me know. I don't know. I just thought that was quite rude. So
half an hour is a bloody long time to be sat there.
I was like, has he gone?
I'd be bored of my phone after like 10. So I'd be like, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's another non-negotiable. Like, I think going on your phone on a date is really rude. Or like just being on your phone even when you're just talking to your friends.
Yeah,
like,
agreed.
I think I try and like not go on my phone because you need to give them like your full attention.
Yeah. There's just no need.
And then I think another thing is just like it's a bit like different, but just having your own hobbies or like interests, because I think like that's really important. Like do stuff with your friends. Like obviously it's really nice when you can like integrate your friends and stuff, but like have your own life rather than like, do you know what I mean? Just like have separate interests, I think.
Yeah, not be together all the time, like go off and do your thing.
Exactly. Like I love my own company. I love like my own space, but I also love like time with friends. But sometimes you're just like, right, I just love it.
Yeah.
Like
you need to be by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be a surprise of who your bestie rec is.
I think I have an idea of who it might be.
5 reasons you should date my best mate. Number 1, I'm sure you've already picked up on this by now, but this girl has a cracking sense of humour and is always pulling out witty one-liners whatever the situation. Number 2, she loves a boogie and is always the life and soul of the party when it comes to nights out. Number 3, from city breaks to moving to America for a year during uni, this girl loves to travel, and I know there are lots more places she's keen to explore. Trust me, you're going to want to be the man to whisk her away on her next trip. Just make sure she's packed more than 1 pair of flip-flops for the occasion. Number 4, she's basically a pro at social media. With I think 4 Insta accounts under her belt, she'll be sure to help you out with a banging caption for the gram. Number 5, she has an eclectic music taste. With a special love for old school 90s and noughties bangers, she even gives Kate Nash a run for her money on karaoke. She's stunning, loyal, intelligent, and always up for a good time, and you would be beyond lucky to date this fabulous girl. So what are you waiting for?
It was really nice.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I did know who that was going to be.
Yeah. That's fine then. Tell me about the flip-flops. There was definitely a story there because I was like, why would you need... I only take 1 pair of flip-flops.
She's done me dirty here. No, so we... So it was our friend's hen do over the summer and we were going away. I was staying at hers like the night before. I turned up and I realised I didn't have any flip-flops apart from this pair of like, oh God, I don't know shades. They're like old, like Jules flip-flops. I think my mum gave them to me.
But you had those in the bag?
I just had them in the bag because I was like, oh, I don't have any flip-flops. And she was like, no, can't take these. And I was like, yeah, I know. I just didn't have anything else. But yeah, it was so embarrassing.
Did you buy some more?
I bought some more.
Yeah. Some like Havanas.
Yeah. Because I did have those, but then you know the little like thong bit or whatever it is, like it came unattached from the thing.
I've had that before. It comes like through it.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I actually can't walk in it because it's not attached to anything. And then I sort of was like, oh, I'll deal with that. And then forgot about it. And then the trip came around and I was like, oh no, I haven't got any replacements. So my mum had these awful flip-flops.
What colour were they?
They were like stripy with the little dogs on them, the Jules.
Yeah, the Jules stuff.
Yeah. So I rocked out to her house and she was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, hideous. Oh, I like that.
That was the flip-flop.
No, it's a good part. Like to dance. I feel like there's one that you wouldn't say that yourself, so it's good to get in there. Like you like a night out.
I like a boogie. Yeah.
And traveling.
Yeah, traveling. Love a bit of traveling.
Okay, final section, this or that.
Okay.
Are you decisive?
No, not really.
Okay, good. Number 1. Would you rather be born again in the same country or a different one of your choosing?
Oh, definitely a different one.
Yeah, would you?
I would be born in Spain.
Okay.
Because I can speak a bit of Spanish. As I started learning Spanish from my mum. She really wanted to learn it. I was like, can you learn it with me? I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah. So I got on the Duolingo. But she goes to classes. Like, she does, like, it's really cute. She does, like, university Spanish and stuff.
Oh.
And she was like, if you learn it with me, like, we'll go on a trip. So we went to Seville.
Nice.
Good
incentive.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, Barcelona. But yeah, I just love Spain. Like, I love the food, the tapas. Just so good.
And you probably still speak English because they're great.
English,
exactly. So
yeah,
you'd then just be, like, more bilingual.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd definitely be Spanish.
It's a good answer. Horror movie or psychological thriller?
Psychological thriller.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I watched one recently called The Good Nurse.
Oh,
on Netflix.
I've been recommended this.
Yeah, with
I
Eddie
haven't
Redmayne.
watched it yet.
It's good. It's a slow burn. I did watch it when I was a bit
I've
hungry,
heard it's
but
really good.
It's good. Yeah.
Was it a movie or a series?
Just a movie. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was good because, like, I'm not obviously no spoiler alerts, but like didn't expect. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I love twists. That's why someone said to me that, like, oh, you'll love it because you can't guess.
You cannot guess.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's
and
like
he's so good.
My favourite thing.
Because he's like an American. Like, this won't give anything away, obviously, but he's American in it. And his American accent is, like, really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just wouldn't tell, yeah. Yeah, sometimes they're crap and it ruins
exactly.
it,
And then you can't concentrate on it.
Especially when you know them, because he's super famous, obviously, you know that he's not American.
Yeah.
I mean, it got such mixed reviews. I just watched Don't Worry, Darling, which was
I've not
also
seen that yet.
a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it because Harry Styles was in it. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, fair enough.
He was all right. I didn't think it was that bad. It's had, like, very mixed reviews because the ending, I think they could have done it better.
Yeah.
They, like, skipped out a lot of the... We know once that realization's been, like, revealed, they should have dug down into more, like, what it meant.
Right.
I'm trying not to give away spoilers, but as in, like, basically...
I mean, I haven't seen it.
I just like saying...
Like, the ending was not great.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you're younger and you have stories and then you don't know how to tie it together, so you say, and it was all a dream.
Yeah.
It was like that. It wasn't that, but it was that sort of cover up of like, no, come on, you've got to tell me, like, what happens now.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe they'll do a second one. I doubt it, though. I think it's one of those where they want you to just, like, imagine the ending yourself. But, like, I was like, come on.
Tell me. I need
they gave me, like, snippets, but I was like, I need more.
I need something to work with. Come on.
Yeah, so I hope either there's a second one or they just, like, butchered that a little bit. But, like, it was really good because it was really hot. It was, like, basically impossible to guess what was going on. So I really liked that. Okay, next. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or see in the dark?
I think breathe underwater.
Yeah?
Because, like, I've done a little bit of diving before. I think diving, snorkeling would be so cool to just be able to, like, so much underwater in the sea. Whereas I think seeing in the dark, I don't know if the stuff I'd want to see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not too sure. True. I don't want to see anything in the dark. Anyway.
You'd probably get more freaked out if you could see it.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, okay. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, no. I'll go with that. You and that one. Breathe underwater is cool.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Easy one. Ice cream in a tub or a cone?
Oh, tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the cones.
No, it's interesting. I'm a coner.
Yeah.
I like to eat it. Like the cone.
Just eat the full thing.
I like when it goes back a bit soggy with the ice cream.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The one exception is cornettos. I do love a cornetto because they got that chocolate at the end.
Yeah.
I like that. But like a normal ice cream, I'd always have it in the tub, I think. Which is probably a bit of a boring
no,
one.
I know a lot of people that do the same. Like, my brother would always pick because he doesn't want the mess, which I get, because it does melt quite fast.
Exactly.
Okay, this is a awkward, hard one.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Ready. Get a notification every time a family member of yours has sex.
Oh my god.
Or they get an alert every time you do.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
it's so hard.
That's really hard. I'd say probably the latter.
So they'd get a notification when you do.
Yeah, because, like, you don't want to know when your parents or, like, I've had my siblings have sex before, and that's horrible. I think worse than your parents, actually.
Yeah.
That's
horrible.
If I'm going through a dry spell, I'll be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
No notifications.
But then they know that too. That's the weird thing. It's like...
I think they just assume that anyway. Everyone's always like, so no boyfriend
They'd
again,
be
no
like-
boys on the scene. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no notifications have come through.
Yeah.
Very single.
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting. No,
I actually think I'd pick the opposite though.
Do you think?
I think because I'd rather be in control of what I like receive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a notification, I can kind of just like
You can just ignore it, yeah.
and just be like,
Yeah.
maybe block them. I don't know,
Yeah.
something.
Airplane mode on.
Yeah, and also could just maybe spin it around and be like, good for
Yeah.
them. Whereas like,
Yeah,
I feel like it's quite
true.
a private. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like the data of me to go out. I'd rather receive data of
Of
someone
them,
else. That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Even though it's uncomfortable for me,
Yeah, that's
then I
haven't
have to
thought of
deal
like
with
that.
it.
Yeah, maybe I'd do that actually.
Change your mind.
Having heard your reasons, I think actually maybe that's the better way to go.
I don't know. I liked your first answer. Though.
Yeah.
It was fun. And being like, yay. Or like, oh well.
She's finally having sex.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about her. Oh my god.
You're funny. Okay, final one.
Yeah.
Would you rather slow down time by 10% or be able to jump 3 times as high as you can now?
I
like
mean,
bouncing.
I jump pretty high at the moment anyway, so
Pretty high jump.
I'm a high jumper, I don't know what to tell you. Slow down time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit more useful.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd use, unless you want
I
to
don't
be
know
like
what
a
you'd
new
use it,
high
yeah.
jumper.
Yeah, unless you were like an
Olympian.
Olympic high jumper and
Yeah.
you're like, right.
It's so
I
true,
don't-
actually. I reckon I could probably jump 3 times higher than me anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't even think I'd get up to that level.
No, neither. I can't really, I don't really jump around much.
3 times is quite a lot though.
Yeah, it's
But yeah.
quite a lot. No, I think slow down time by 10%.
I
Yeah.
love that. I need it.
Yeah. Or just like even just like pausing time.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. You know how they do that in movies sometimes, like pause time,
Mm,
and then it's like
you can do
starts
stuff.
again. Yeah, you can do stuff.
The only thing about 10% is I was thinking if you're like waiting for a train or something,
Oh yeah,
like, you know, like the
Yeah.
boring waits,
the
that
boring
would be
stuff.
annoying.
That would be
But
yeah.
just
But I guess like 10%'s not.
it's not too bad.
It's like
But
it's
you-
all right.
yeah, you'd probably benefit for like admin
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and just like getting stuff. You know when you're just like, oh god, there's just not enough hours in the day. Like,
Yeah,
you'd have
always.
time to do all your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we're done.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
You made it.
I made it to the end.
do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Just thanks for having me. Slide into the DMs.
If you would like to date this character or know someone else who would be interested, contact the podcast on Instagram @SingleSounds. The link is in the show notes. And as you will have noticed, hopefully, I've started sharing videos on Instagram and TikTok of the podcast recordings. So please give those support when you see them, and it helps spread the word to get you more dates. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next Tuesday.